guys, welcome back to another video. Well, there's a ton of bad news going around, and one of those bad news is the fact that the market finally turned around 180 degrees in the month of February. Loads went down the drain, there are more trucks than loads in the market, so the rates are really bad, at least on the West Coast. The good news is that this is a temporary slowdown because it's February. This is also known as the month where loads go to die a peaceful death. When the market looks like this, you can use every negotiation tactic in your toolbox and still not get the rate you want. So today we're going to be talking about a negotiation topic that will help you determine what your position is on the negotiation spectrum. Ready? Let's go! So today we'll be covering the topic of BATNA.
Sounds a little bit like Batman. I like it.
BATNA stands for Best Alternative to a Negotiated Agreement, and it can be used to strengthen your negotiation position. Using BATNA can save you from accepting unfavorable terms and push for the best terms possible. Now, before you can actually use BATNA, you have to understand what is important to you. What do you actually need from the deal? Are you looking for the best possible rate no matter where the lane goes? Or are you looking for a very specific lane? Maybe you're very limited on time and you only can accept short loads. Or maybe you're looking only for a 2 or 3 day load. What do you need right now? Once you pinpoint that clear goal, then you can start brainstorming alternatives. When booking a load, especially when the market is as bad as it is right now on the West Coast, you will not have time to actually brainstorm as you book loads. Because loads move fast, carriers are desperate, and 30 seconds can be the difference between booking a great load and losing the whole day. So my advice is brainstorm before you actually start booking. Let me give you a couple of examples to clarify this. Okay, I'm going to give you an example of what happened to us a week ago or so. Let's say that you're right here, Reno, Nevada, and you're limited to going only to these states right here. These are the states you're looking to go to. So from the load board, you already know that in Reno, Nevada, the loads are scarce and the rates are really bad. So what alternatives do you have? Well, the first alternative is to wait it out and wait for a stress sale. Now, what does that mean? That means you're not booking any loads, you're just waiting for that one load to come out that is unlike all the rest. Now, this is a very risky game that I love to play, but I do not recommend doing it in this market because waiting on stress sales is something where you either win big or you lose the whole day. So as an alternative, yes, but not highly recommended in a market like this. The second alternative you have is if there are no good loads in Reno, Nevada, you can start looking for loads for tomorrow to see if you can find a load that will cover today's lost day. That's picking up tomorrow and delivering whenever. Alternative number 3 is you can start looking for loads around Sacramento, California, and you can start deadheading those 132 miles to Sacramento, where even though the rates are not that much better, there are more loads, which means there is a higher possibility of stress sales. So this is something I actually used to do a lot, especially on the East Coast. Whenever we were in a bad market like Connecticut, for example, I always had the alternative of deadheading over 200 miles, about 220 miles to Pennsylvania to grab a great load. This was always plan B. It was always on the back of my mind. So if there were no good loads out of Connecticut, I knew that I had that option. Okay, well, since we're already here, I'm too lazy to move back to my computer, so let's continue from over here. Now, to understand your position on the negotiation spectrum, it would also benefit you to understand what the broker's BATNA is, what their best alternative to a negotiated agreement is. With a load board, it's pretty easy to figure out. All you have to do is look at the market where you are right now, look at how many loads are posted, and also look at how many trucks are going out of that same market. If there are more trucks posted than there are loads, then the broker has the upper hand. They have more of a choice. After all, if you don't take the rate that they're offering, they have plenty of trucks to offer that rate to. But if you're in a market where there are a ton of loads and almost no trucks, then you have the upper hand and the broker doesn't have the freedom to choose. Sometimes it can also be beneficial to reveal your BATNA to the broker. And let me take you right here to give you an example that happened to me just a few days ago. I had a dry van somewhere right here, somewhere near Spokane in Hauser, Idaho. Now, Hauser, Idaho at that time had very limited freight, but also pretty much no trucks at all in the area. Now, another thing is I was limited to looking for loads that go to either Las Vegas, Nevada, or somewhere right here in SoCal. So I couldn't book a load just anywhere. I had to book it either to Las Vegas or Southern California. And loads to California were paying awful. Now, loads to Las Vegas, which is a 2-day load because it's about 1,010 miles, they were posted for $2,000. And one of the brokers reached out to me asking me if I would accept a load for $2,000 going to North Las Vegas, at which point I told them that, look, there are no trucks in the market and I need $2,500. That's my minimum. And yeah, it took about an hour for the broker to agree, but we got those $2,500, which was basically the highest rate on the load board, which is great.
Still doesn't meet my criteria of 1,500 a day though, but it is what it is. Thank you, February.
And the reason the broker gave me those $2,500 is because they had no other trucks to choose from. There were no trucks there. So he had to choose between either letting his client down and not finding a truck to transport his client's freight, or cashing out a little bit more money. Well, I hope you guys found this video helpful, and I am planning on making more videos on negotiation. This was just kind of a thing that you should keep in the back of your mind. It's not actually a negotiation tactic, more of a way to gauge where you are on the negotiation spectrum and what you can ask for. Now, the market is obviously not the same as it was just a couple of weeks ago. Again, it turned 180 degrees. It's pretty bad, but I promise you that in a couple of weeks, maybe not a couple, maybe 3-4 weeks, the market will bounce back to its former glory of being its crazy high rate market that we all know and love. Now, for those of you who have been sending me emails and commenting under the videos, I am very sorry that I haven't been able to get back to you. I promise I will get back to you soon. It's just the world, as you all know, is, well, how do I put it kindly? The world has lost its mind, and I have been following everything that's going on, but I'm not gonna get too much into that. You already know what's going on. So please bear with me while I'm trying to gather my thoughts as well as my work schedule, and I will get back to you soon, I promise. Other than that, I will see you guys in the next video when I reveal our numbers for the month of February and we can cry together.